When he lies, it's because he's a jerk, right? And when you lie, it's because you care about his feelings. You don't want to hurt him by telling him the unvarnished truth. As women, we're trained to tell little white lies. It's just how we preserve social harmony. No girlfriend wants to hear that that dress makes her look fat. And no guy wants to hear that his prowess in the bedroom didn't exactly blow your mind. But what impact do those little white lies have on our relationships? Hi, I'm Amy Waterman, a dating and relationship expert with yourbrilliance.com. And in this video, I'm going to share with you a new definition of honesty that might just change your love life. Little white lies save relationships. Like, you look great in that. Whereas you'd really prefer he would just throw that old shirt in the bin where it belongs. Or, I don't mind. When of course you do mind, but you can't be bothered arguing. Or, I'm not upset, when the truth is staring him right in the face. Now, those comments can hardly be called little white lies. They're more like life preservers. They're phrases you throw out to preserve social harmony, such as, I just adore your cooking. Because he wouldn't tie on that apron again if he really knew what you thought of his Irish stew. Or, it was so nice to see your family again. Because, of course, he's still mama's boy after all those years. Or, the best one, you are so much buffer than he is. Because his manhood must reign supreme. So if it's for a good cause, then the truth is malleable. Wouldn't you agree? But after a while, you get used to saying things that you don't really mean. Like, of course, I love it when you do that to me. Or, I hardly spent anything on these shoes. Or, no, I don't mind going without you. He thinks everything in your relationship is fine. Everything he does pleases you. You're the perfect partner. You're flexible. You're easygoing. You're unattached to having things your way. Until you blindside him by breaking up. Not telling him the truth about how you feel has consequences. He doesn't know what's not working until it's too late to fix it. A recent study found that we are more likely to lie when we feel compassion for someone. They call it pro-social lying. And it just means that you want to make sure you don't hurt the other person any more than as absolutely necessary. No wonder we lie most to those we love. You may slip into lying even more easily if you see yourself as a kind person. The study found that people who feel compassion for others seem remarkably prone towards lying. So what effect does that have on relationships? Well, it means you shouldn't trust your nice, sweet friend who never says a bad word about anybody to give you feedback. She may be incapable of giving you the honest, unvarnished truth. Similarly, it's a red flag if your partner says that your relationship is wonderful and you're wonderful and everything is just perfect and there is nothing he would change. If he's still saying that after you've been together for ages, he may be holding something back from you. And if you're the one treading lightly around the truth to avoid hurting him, consider this. Research has found that suppressing your feelings by brushing over discomfort or minimizing negative reactions or agreeing to things you don't really want to do not only leads to a decrease in relationship satisfaction, but it also increases your risk of cancer and heart disease. So pushing down your feelings instead of communicating them is a mortality risk. It dampens your immune response and it can literally make you sick. Brad Blanton knows all of this. That's why he invented radical honesty. Now, first, the obvious disclaimer, Brad is a man, so not exactly trained in the subtle art of social nuance at his mother's knee. He describes himself as white trash with a PhD. And his language is kind of offensive. He would disrupt a polite dinner party with glee, but he is a rare advocate of total honesty in a world where spin and sound bites are second nature to any 12-year-old with a social media account. In Brad's books, which include Radical Honesty and Radical Parenting, he argues that honesty is one pathway towards a more humane world. He writes, almost all of us lie about who we are and what we've done and what we think and feel regularly and habitually in order to create a good impression and maintain our image of ourselves the way our culture encourages us to do. We parents even teach our children to lie from an early age. You know, tell your grandmother you like her present, or tell your cousins you're happy to see them, or don't you dare say yuck, even if you don't like what's on your plate. Our intentions are good. We're just making sure that our children always know what to say in these situations. But we're also asking our kids to cover up how they really feel, to deny the validity of their own experience. Lying distances us from our own experiences. We experience a situation one way, but we tell ourselves that it went differently. To tell the truth to ourselves would be too unbearable. And so we discover that we can't even be honest with ourselves. Lying distances us from other people too. Even those closest to you may never know what you're really thinking and feeling. And if they knew the truth, they would discover just how long you've been lying to them, and your relationship might never recover. We spend half our lives trying to figure out who we can tell our truth to and how much of the truth we can tell and how we should frame it, rather than simply living our truth out loud. Telling your truth sets you free. Well, until it sets the world against you. And that's what faithful practitioners of radical honesty often find. They remove the filter between their mind and their mouth. They blurt out something socially inappropriate, and they get themselves fired or unfriended or divorced. So perhaps the lesson of radical honesty is that we should do our best to create a space where everyone can be honest without fear of punishment. But as for the choice as to whether you should be honest or not, that's up to you. So there you have it. Little white lies may seem to smooth things over, but in the long term, they teach you to be dishonest with yourself and with the one you love. Have you ever told a little white lie that came back to bite you? Or maybe what you regret most is telling the truth when a little white lie would have been more appropriate. Let us know your experiences in the comments. And if this video helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more great videos about how you can live your most brilliant life. And if you've got a moment, do come over to yourbrilliance.com. We've got tons more information there on dating and relationships and a whole lot more. See you soon.